It may shock you to discover your purpose isn't what you think it is. What distinguishes busy, thriving practitioners, coaches, business people from those who are just surviving? They ask themselves better questions, which also means they get better answers. Spending time in self-reflection has previously been reserved for navel studiers, eccentric professors and out-of-touch philosophers. However, introspection is an essential part of understanding your role in the lives of others and how to make meaning of the world around you. Hi, I'm Dr. Jo Messenger. I've been helping people find their unique purpose and their inner leader by removing their blocks to their goals for over 35 years. I've helped people just like you to find your gifts and your potentials, to resolve what's blocked you so far, and to help you to resolve the mismatch. I've worked with people from all backgrounds, all markets, all races, all lifestyles to develop and grow all kinds of services. And here's the thing, if I can, you can. Having sound answers to the following 5 questions brings you clarity, focus, and a priceless sense of peace. First up, who are you? It starts here. Who do you think you are? And not in a who do you think you are type thing that your mother might have said in the past, but who do you personally think who you are? How are you choosing to show up in your practice, your business, your place of work, your world? What persona do you and will you adopt to govern your patient, client, customer, personal relationships, business relationships? There's 3 ways many practitioners show up, for example. These personas are convenient ways to create an identity and guide the interactions that practitioners have with patients. And I'm sure you can adopt this into your field of business, your career, your way of getting your personal work out into the world. The fixer. From this stronghold, the practitioner sees patients showing up with problems, and like a plumber or an electrician, it's their job to get them back into working order. And watch out with this. Patients can and will do or not do things that either help or hinder your good fixer intentions. The boss. Patients, the poor darlings, need to be managed to avoid them doing anything that might undermine your carefully applied interventions. And from with this standpoint, patients can't be trusted. Hovering over patients to make sure they do the right things becomes essential, lest they impair your artfully delivered antidotes, remedies, or programs. The doctor, practitioner, or therapist, while aiming at kindling the inborn innate ability of people to heal themselves, practitioners who parallel a medical doctor type persona often do so to commandeer or Shanghai any social authority seen to be given to medical professionals. And there's another option, there's a 4th route. You could show up as you, choosing to be the facilitator, mentor, guide, coach, the inspirer, the way shower, and a fountain of encouragement, inspiration and hope. Fortunately, no role-playing is required when you show up as you. Simply, you being congruent with the clinical reality that patients do their own healing, not you. What's your intent? What are you seeking to accomplish when a new patient, a new client manifests in your practice? What outcomes are you expecting to accomplish by your products, services, and messages? Which parts of this do you have control over? Oftentimes, the intent of your regimens are based upon the persona you've adopted. Fixers want to see pain relief or improved measurable movement or function. Bosses want to see patients show up for every visit and be on time. Doctors, practitioners, therapists want patients to follow their programs, regimens, diets, and perform the home care recommendations and procedures as delineated. The more mindful you are of your intents, duties, and obligations, and the more mindful the patients are of theirs, sets the foundations for rapport to blossom. If there's a lack of clarity here, expect trouble in paradise ahead. Let's get super clear here. If your intent is to treat the symptoms that motivated a patient to consult you, you've negligently deviated into the practice of medicine. Even though that's what patients want, unless you're a medical practitioner, you're not licensed or insured to practice medicine. What's your purpose? It may shock you to discover your purpose isn't what you think it is. Singers sing, but that's not their purpose. Artists paint, but that's not their purpose. Writers write, but that's not their purpose. Confusing what you do with your purpose muddles an important discernment between the effect and the cause, the ends and the means. What you do helps you generate, actualize, or manifest your purpose. Why do you do what you do? What's the purpose? To receive an income? To relieve pain and suffering in humanity, in your community, in your fellow kind? To create a healthier population? To improve human fulfillment and potential? To prove your methods work? To inspire hope? Why do you do what you do? Take the time to fully comprehend your own reasons for being a professional caregiver and for having chosen your given profession as the means to provide your services is essential. Otherwise, patients become headaches and a practice or work, a strain. What are your responsibilities? Where does your responsibility end and the patient or clients begin? Implementing and safeguarding clear boundaries are essential if you want to help as many people as possible and enjoy a fulfilling, sustainable career. Often patients or clients have been trained by a backstory of symptom-relieving doctors, are prone to expecting you to fix them. Here's my ache, pain, headache, emotional misery. Please make it stop. Please make it go away. Accepting responsibility for relieving patients' symptoms, whether implied or not, causes many practitioners to assume burdens that aren't theirs. Because while you can deliver your product, services and messages to the best of your ability, patients can think, say, and do or not do all measure of things that can sabotage the relief they seek. Why would you take on responsibilities that aren't yours? You're responsible for their health care. You're not responsible for their health. It's a practitioner's job to provide the best health care they're capable of. They're not responsible for the patient's health. That's their responsibility. Musicians, artists, entertainers are responsible to provide their best music, art and entertainment. They're not responsible for how people hear, see or interpret it. Make a list. Label the left column, my job. Label the right column, their job. List who's responsible for what. For example, my job. Comprehensive case history in the clinical sense. My job as a practitioner is to take a comprehensive case history, do a thorough exam, make a detailed report of findings, provide the best therapies that I know, charge for the visit, keep records, etc. Their job. Follow recommendations, show up, pay, think, say and do positive things, refer other like-minded people, etc. Everything you're powerless to control. Clearly defining boundaries and not trespassing on the patient's territory is vital. Okay, how will you introduce yourself to strangers? It's not enough to graduate, take a loan, open a practice and think success will land in your lap. Your life isn't a movie. You face the same issues of every small business owner. Getting and keeping customers. Whether you call it a practice or a business, and patients or customers or clients, you still need a plan to introduce your service to as many receptive strangers as possible. Or get a job working for someone else who can. There's no failure in that. Understanding your ability to successfully market yourself and or your small business is key to your success. Not your case history, taking skills or diagnostic skills or your clinical prowess or your grades or awards. Your ability to deliver real-world solutions to your patients, customers and clients is what it's all about.